are together again on the radio. And you know, one of the things I say on the air that really gets under women's skin is when I tell the men out there to treat women like crap. Now, I'm always really specific about what that means and doesn't mean. It doesn't mean to ever physically harm anybody. Violence against people is wrong, men or women. It's wrong. It's just wrong. That's not a reference to violence at all. It is a reference to not being reliable, saying you're going to call, then not calling, making dates and then calling back the day of the date to say, sorry, I have to postpone. Saying I'll call you and then not calling for weeks on end. Calling at the last minute on the weekend saying, hey, what are you doing? Things like that. You know, it sounds rude, but women go gaga for that stuff. They keep coming back for more. That's why they're constantly complaining that the guy they're with is such a jerk, because that's who they pick. They pick jerks. Be a jerk. That's what I've always said, and it really gets under women's skin. They really go nuts. Every time I say that phrase, treat women like crap, they go nuts. My emails explode, the phones explode. But I'm not crazy. I'm not just saying something for the sake of saying it. I'm not just saying something to get under your skin. I'm saying it because it's true. And I'm always finding evidence that it's true. And here is some right here. In an advice column from the Washington Post. By the way, can you believe the Washington Post has an advice column? Articles about the Pentagon, yes. Articles about Congress, yes. Articles about political scandal, I believe that. An advice column, yes, they have an advice column. Written by a woman named Carolyn Hacks, H-A-X. And her advice is irrelevant. I don't really care about what her advice is. But listen to this letter from a recent Carolyn Hacks column that was sent to me by several listeners. Men and women sent this in. Here it is. I'm not making it up. It is from the Friday, April 28th, Carolyn Hacks column in the Washington Post. Look it up for yourself. Read it and weep. Somebody whose initials are D.C. wrote in from D.C., I guess. And here is what she wrote to Carolyn Hacks. Dear Carolyn, I met the king of the nice guys recently and started dating him. He is sweet and kind and sensitive. You get the idea. He remembers even the smallest of details about me and never stops surprising me with flowers or cards, etc. He's made himself totally available to me and seems to be hiding nothing. So why then am I not attracted to him? Why would I rather be with a jerk who treats me like he couldn't care less, is evasive as hell, hardly ever keeps his word, or is always too busy doing something else? I like him so much. And I've even been praying to be more attracted to him. But what gives? Why can't I like him the way I do the men I should hate? Signed, D.C. Who cares what her response is? Here is more evidence of what I've been telling you. This woman writing into this advice column in the Washington Post is speaking eloquently about the way women feel about men. The guy who is sweet and sensitive and remembers all the details and remembers the anniversaries of the birthdays, that's the guy who gets tossed aside. That's the guy who gets treated like crap. That's the guy she can't get turned on looking at. The guy she gets turned on by is the guy who treats her like trash. The guy who couldn't care less. The guy who's a creep. And you read a letter like this in the newspaper, you say, hey, that's why I tell guys to be creeps. Don't be the nice, sweet, sensitive guy she craps all over. Be a jerk. Be a creep. Treat her like crap. And she'll be hot for you. I can't tell you how effective this is. I live alone. Nobody's getting within 20 feet of living in my house. Nobody. Many times I'm just simply unavailable for a couple of weeks. One woman said to me that I was emotionally unavailable. That's one of my favorite phrases. Emotionally unavailable. What the hell does that mean? I mean, it's a nice phrase we hear all the time, but what does it mean? It's not like I'm deceiving anybody. I lay it right out all the time. I lay it out on the radio. I lay it out individually with women. This is who I am. This is the way I am. This is what I do. Yes, I work a lot. Yes, I travel a lot. Yes, I like to spend time alone. Yes, there are times I don't answer the phone. Yes, there are times I say I'll call you and then I don't. Yes, there are times I plan to see you and then I forget. You bet. And is there any shortage of women who want to be with me? No. No. All you boys who write down all the important dates and spend your time trying to honor each and every one of them is a fool. Because women are like the woman who wrote into this column. That's what the women I've known are really like. Am I wrong?
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM.
You're so rageful.
I have never heard this word, by the way, rageful. But, all right, I'll assume your IQ is in the triple digits for the sake of argument.
You've never spoken to a psychotherapist.
You're a psychotherapist, or are you just a psycho?
The Tom Leykis Show.
It's the Tom Leykis Show at 1-800-5800-TOM. Maura on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom.
Maura.
Hey.
Hey.
I just wanted to tell you how right you are. Because when my husband and I, when we were first friends, he treated me so good. I remembered everything, you know. And then the minute I wasn't interested at all, the minute he started treating me like crap, it was like I fell in love with him.
It's sick, but it's true.
It's really sick, but now we're married, so.
Does he still treat you like crap?
No.
Maybe he needs to step it up.
Anyway, love your show.
Thank you, Maura.
You're welcome.
Appreciate the call. John on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom. How are you?
Doing okay.
Hey, I wanted to call and agree. I have personal experience. The more time that I would be dating somebody or interested in somebody and, you know, treat them like crap and put them, you know, more distance between me and the woman, the more they chase me, the more radical the sex would get, and just hit the nail on the head. Don't always agree with you, but this one I do. One of the other things I hear you talking about a lot is you don't like dating American women anymore. That's another thing I can't agree with you more on. I went to college in New York City. A buddy of mine, after college, got married to a woman that had moved from Cali, Colombia to the United States when she was in high school. Thought she was great couple. Ended up, long story short, making a trip down there. Kind of got sidetracked, went to the Caribbean for a trip. He was in Colombia with his wife for a month visiting their family, and you know, was trying to convince me to go down, and I had planned a trip with my buddy to an island in the Caribbean, and we're in Miami Airport sitting there looking at the Weather Channel, and sure enough, we're heading right into the eye of a hurricane. So when we got settled in, I called my travel agent, got my ticket switched. The next day, flew from the island over to Colombia, and the women there were just unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Oh, yeah. I was just in Colombia in November.
Yep, and made several trips after meeting a girl, a friend of my buddy's, a friend of her cousin. Celebrated my 7th wedding anniversary yesterday. My wife makes me a homemade lunch every morning before I go to work. I have dinner waiting for me on the table every night. Great mother to my kids. When we have sex, where it's not making love, we're effing. And she knows that, and she understands the principle of, she's a school teacher in public, but she's crazy in the bedroom. And she values everything I do. We have a great relationship. She is the most frugal person I've ever met with money. Won't spend money, doesn't buy fancy stuff. Couldn't be happier. And just when I met her, people thought I was crazy. But I had dated enough. I followed the rules. Well before I had ever heard you on the radio, got out of grad school, bought my own place, was single for years, lived on my own for years. Just got, met her and was just so tired of the dating game with American women. Been married 7 years, have 2 beautiful kids. And, some of the things you say on the radio, the guys they don't get. They keep wanting to move in with women, and it's just a mistake. Especially, being young in your 20s, you're getting your career started. You're finally getting some money in your pocket, and, getting a woman to move in with you is not going to save you money. It's going to end up costing you more money, whether things go bad or you get married or whatever.
That's right.
You're young. Have fun. Travel. Buy yourself a house. Spend some money on some nice things. Save some money for a rainy day.
Exactly right.
Love the show, and I wanted to kind of share my experience. I know that, you kind of preach you don't see the advantages to being married, but, I've been married 7 years, and I see the advantages, but I think it's probably because my wife comes from a different culture.
And you found somebody from another country, and you waited till you were 29 years old.
That's right.
So, you did a lot of things right.
And I look at a lot of my friends that are married, and they're not the happiest guys in the world, and their wives are not the nicest to them.
American women are generally bitches. There's just no 2 ways about it. We went from the feminist era to women being bitches, and I want no part of it.
Yeah, and it's funny, too, Tom, because my wife, my wife will agree with me. Just how American women are very materialistic. They use sex as a weapon, and, they'll throw things in your face months later. Oh, well, you did this, just to start an argument.
Right.
And it's just, my wife laughs about it. She's been here now for several years, many years, and, she's got a great career. She's a nurse. She makes almost as much money as I do. And she comes home and tells me about the women at work. And it's just ridiculous. They want some new jewelry, or she was telling me about, a couple of the nurses that she works with. They're buying $1,000 purses. The hell do you need a $1,000 purse for?
So you can show how great your vagina is.
It's crazy.
I know. Now, John, where are you from originally?
I grew up in New England.
I suspected that. Now, when you go back to New England with your wife, do they give you crap about being married to somebody from another country? Because I lived in Boston.
No, not really.
Boston is the home of the following phrase. What are you? What are you? Puerto Rican? What are you?
Yeah, and it's funny, too, because, everybody was suspicious how we met, and, her intentions and everything else. And once my family and the people that I really consider my friends got to know her, she's the greatest. She cares about the littlest things so much that, Tom, when I go to brush my teeth at night, if she makes it to the bathroom before me, my toothbrush has toothpaste on it.
Look at that.
It's down to that detail.
Love it.
How many women do that? How many women would even think about that?
I totally agree with you. I had a woman from South America who would put cream in my coffee. If I was out at dinner, she would get the cream and put it in my coffee.
It's a beautiful thing. And, Tom, I don't always agree with everything you say, but a lot of the stuff I do agree. And, you're making a difference. And hopefully, you continue to do so.
John, thank you.
No problem. Have a great afternoon.
Appreciate the call. 1-800-5800-TOM. It's Rachel on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
I just wanted to say I totally agree with you. I think that women want a man that's totally confident with themselves.
Confident enough to say, I can do with you or without you.
Exactly. But then it's kind of nice to know after you've been dating them for a while that you kind of get them whipped a little bit. You know, because I think that if you're the right one, then they'll come around and they'll...
Yeah, but the minute you have them whipped, the sex starts to go downhill.
That's not true.
Yes, it is.
Not at all.
Been married, dear, 4 times, and can I tell you something? The first 6 months are as good as it gets.
That's so not true.
It is so true.
Women want a guy that's really confident, and the ones that are calling you multiple times a day, it's just too much.
I'm confident enough, even if I'm married, I'm confident enough to say, that's it, I'm out of here, and then go.
Exactly. But you know what? By the same token, I think men want a woman that's really confident, too. They want to know that, hey, she's got her own career, her own friends, her own family, and if you guys can hook up, great, and if you can't, that's
Well, my attitude about it, I think that's great that women have that, and then I think they should have their own apartment and pay their own bills.
Hey, I own my own house. I'm all set.
Perfect.
Thanks. Can you take me out old school style?
Here you go, Rachel. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. It's Randy on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom. First time caller, long time listener.
Thank you, Randy.
I'm doing great. How about you, Tom?
So far, so good.
Oh, that's great to hear. Okay, I got kind of a question for you. You know, I used to be married. You know, I had this, you were just talking about, you know, having a foreign wife. Well, I had a foreign wife, and as soon as I married her, she turned it around on me. She totally got lazy, didn't do nothing, and that's when I started actually listening to you. So basically, I kicked her to the curb and moved up and traded her in on a new model. The one I have now, she's 18 years old, and she's getting really, really clingy, and I'm just kind of like, you know, I'm an avid listener, and I follow...
You didn't marry her, did you?
The one that I have now?
Yes.
No, I have not married her, but she's trying to get me to move in with her.
No.
Things like that, and, you know, like, basically I have an electronic leash, so, you know, it's always constantly going off, you know.
And text messages and cell phone calls and stuff like that?
Oh, yes, all the time. Text messaging is just out of control.
It's the scourge of America.
Yeah. I mean, it'll be 2 in the morning, and I'll wake up in the morning to go to work, and I'll have, you know, 60 text messages, you know, because I'm ignoring her that night.
Yeah,
you know?
And you realize if you moved in with her, instead of text messages, you'd be getting that in person.
Well, not only that, she's a single mom at 8.
No!
I mean, yeah, you know.
Oh, well, you know what's going to happen if that condom slips.
Oh, well, I mean, you know, I think it was about a month ago, you were talking about single moms and how it was easy to get it and all that and whatnot. You know, it is. It's great. It's easy, but it's a lot of drama.
Yeah, but I never said you should do it.
Yeah, you said not to do it.
Right. But you did it anyway.
Yes. Well, I mean, she's smoking. I mean, I had to do it.
Yeah, but now look what you got. She's clinging to you. She sends you 50 text messages a night. She's a single mother.
I think it's just because I threw the hammer at her too good. You know, it's just
we all love to believe that, Red.
Oh,
part of it is that she's 18 and a single mother, and she needs her claws to get into your wallet.
Well, you know, she doesn't get in my wallet because I'm an avid listener, and
that's because you haven't knocked her up yet.
Well, good.
Ask baby daddy number 1.
Thank the Lord for that.
Yeah, but, pal, all I can say is you better be using condoms religiously.
Oh, yes, very much.
Because the minute that condom slips, you're the next paying customer.
Oh, see, and, you know, I listened to you, and that's why I had me a nice little prenup, so, you know, my last divorce wasn't so bad. I shouldn't have done it. You know, I got married at 21 and was divorced by the time I was 22.
But you're already heading down that road now.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a while. you know, but this one, she's kind of getting her claws into me.
Why allow it?
Well, I mean, she said that she loved me, you know.
I don't care what she said. Why would you allow, in your words, why would you allow someone to get their claws into you?
I guess it's the regularity. It's
Pal.
Well, I mean,
take a laxative if you want regularity.
I can get pwned pretty much on a regular basis.
If you can get it on a regular basis, why do you need to get it from a clingy, annoying broad who has a kid?
It's a security thing, I guess.
There is no security. The minute she wants to move on, she will.
Yeah, you're right, Tom.
There is no security.
You're right, Tom.
Your only security is in yourself.
This is exactly why I needed to call you, because I had to heir it from your mouth. Thank you so much.
Look how easy it is to get a divorce. Was it hard for you?
Oh, no. The hardest thing with my divorce is having to change my address, having to change my phone number, because she was very clingy as well.
But getting the divorce itself.
Oh, that was a piece of cake.
Easy, right?
An afternoon.
Right. And if somebody wants to leave you, they just simply get up, pack their things, and go.
Right.
Where's the security?
Well, I mean, it's the security of that she's so clingy, you know, it makes me feel very wanted. And
yeah, but what about the downside of that? She's clingy, so she's helpless. So you are constantly in a position of having to rescue her.
Yes, this is true. And I've had to rescue her quite a few times.
I'm sure she sounds like the classic damsel in distress.
Oh, yeah. And she even likes to be called princess.
Well, pal, can you smell high maintenance here when you're near it?
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely.
There is no security in a relationship, Randy.
Yes. And this is why I had to call you, Tom.
Any more than there's security in a vacation or security in a road trip. You get in your car and you drive around. Is there security? No. You might drive off the road. You might have an accident. You might skid. You might run out of gas.
These are all true things, but, you know.
But, yeah, so it feels good. You're driving around in the sun. You've got music playing, and it's great. And then you have a blowout.
This is true. And, you know, there are and that's another thing is, like, because I've been pushing her away so much lately, it's been getting very, very argumentative. She's calling me all the time, you know, what are you doing? Or, you know, like, you know, pretty much like we're married already, but we're not.
Yeah, well, when women do that to me, you know what I do?
What's that, Tom?
See ya!
Thank you so much, Tom.
I'm here to help.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM.
Lady, how old are you?
I'm 41 years old.
You're over the hill.
I mean, I can't waste my time with you. The point of me calling in was not to talk to some immature man that wants
You're a wrinkled douchebag.
The Tom Leykis Show.
Los Angeles, it's the Tom Leykis Show. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Yes, letter. Don't advice column in the Washington Post. In case you're just tuning in, I'll read the brief letter to you. Dear Carolyn, I met the king of the nice guys recently and started dating him. He is sweet and kind and sensitive. You get the idea. He remembers even the smallest of details about me and never stops surprising me with flowers or cards, etc. He's made himself totally available to me and seems to be hiding nothing. So why then am I not attracted to him? Why would I rather be with a jerk who treats me like he couldn't care less, is a face of his hell, hardly ever keeps his word, or is always too busy doing something else? I like him so much, and I've even been praying to be more attracted to him. But what gives? Why can't I like him the way I do the men I should hate? 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Let's say hello to Nina on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey.
Hey.
What's up?
The ratings, my paycheck, the usual deal.
Oh. Yeah, I totally agree. All a man really needs is sex and food. That's it.
And booze.
I'm happy.
Booze, and some of us pot.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I'm married, happily married for 5 years. I am of Hispanic descent, and I also put the toothpaste on my my husband's toothbrush, and I admire my husband, respect him, feed him, give it up whenever, and he's good to go.
And you're happy in your marriage. Happy, happy, happy.
Oh, happy, happy, happy. Yeah, like I was telling your guy there that the proper care and feeding of husbands is right on how you should treat a husband.
That's exactly right. Unfortunately, most women born in this country have the idea that we're supposed to give.
Especially in this city, in Las Vegas. It's terrible. Money hungry it's unbelievable.
Yeah, I'm done. I am done with American women. Done.
Yeah, and me and my husband started out with nothing, but together we built, what we have, and I totally agree on what you're saying about how to, respect your man and all that good stuff.
Good
Why
for
not?
you.
Men are not high maintenance. Not all. It's us who are high maintenance.
And we generally say what we think. Women always try to interpret what we're saying. What did he mean by that? What did he mean?
Yeah,
when he said, "I'm tired" last night, what did he mean?
Yeah, you read too much into it. No, there's no need for that. Women make it more complicated than it should be. Too much drama. We create our own drama.
Good for you, Nina. Thank you. Eric on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Tom.
Eric.
Hey. Listen, man, I got to thank you for the many years of advice you had given me. I'm 20 years old. I've been listening to you since I was 15. And I'm telling you, man, you have helped me. And I have spread the word to my many friends, helped us all through many relationships. And I'm telling you, man, you know. And I'm glad that there's somebody like you on the radio who is trying to help society. And I'm telling you, thank you, Tom, for making me a better man and for making my friends, therefore, better people. Man, thank you so much, Tom.
Oh, I'm here to help. Of course, I need to know, are you getting more ass than a toilet seat?
I must say, I'm telling you, yeah, no strings attached, and that's the beauty of it, man.
Love it.
Hey, can you take me out with a nice fat bong hit?
Here you go. It's 1-800-5800-TOM. It's John. Hello.
Hello, Father.
Hello, son.
Hey, I got an issue here, and I need some advice from you.
All right.
I wish I had known about you when I was younger. I'm 29 now. I've been married since I was 26. No prenup, of course. I love my wife. She's a great gal. She takes care of me. She's very traditional. We're of Southeast Asian descent. But as of lately, I've got kids too. By the way, I've got two. A set of 2-year-old twins, and I love them to death. We got everything's going good. But as of late, sex life is not as great as it used to be. I don't know what I should do. I mean, I've been listening to the show, and I'm wondering, is it too late for me to start treating her like crap?
Well, that's not really the reason. I mean, when a woman has twins, I imagine that now is the center of her day, and you have fallen to third place.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
That's pretty much what happens. So when you get married and have children, this is pretty much what happens. It's what I tell the boys all the time. So you better really love having kids, because this is what happens.
I mean, I love my kids and my family, and everything is great, But I have, men, I'm sure we have needs. And, I don't want to go out and cheat on her, but at the same time, if I don't have a prenup either.
Uh-huh. I understand. Why didn't you get a prenup, by the way?
Because I was Mr. Nice Guy who believes in destinies and our stars lining up.
Ooh, yeah. How'd that work out?
great. So far, so good.
And yeah, but why are you even mentioning that you don't have a prenup if it's so great?
Well, only because, like I said, as of late, I mean, my concern is the sex life.
Yeah, well, that's my point. Because she would leave not only without any financial penalty, but she would get a huge wad of cash if you decided to leave. She's under no pressure to perform.
Exactly. You're absolutely right. So I guess I just take a back seat and go for the ride then, huh?
That, or if you have to leave, then remember what you're going to have to pay.
Yeah, I don't even know. I don't want to go that route. I really love my family, and everything's good except for that one kid.
And have you had an upfront conversation with her about it?
I haven't.
Why not?
I don't know.
Don't be a pussy.
Okay. I'm not going to be a pussy.
You tell her that this is not what you signed on for.
Okay.
That she is going to have to make time for you.
Okay.
Does she turn you down, or she just doesn't appear interested so you don't try anything?
It's more of the good old tired. I mean, I can't blame her because,
Well, hey, you know what? You've got things to do, too. You've got a job. You work all day. You got to pay for those kids.
Right.
You know what? Well, she had a job, and she had stuff to do before you got married.
Right.
And she found time to have sex with you.
Right.
You tell her that that's part of the wedding vows, it's part of the package, and you expect to get it.
That's a good point.
Be the man.
Yes, sir.
All right?
Thank you, Father. Since it's so dry out here in Phoenix, will you take me out one of those big fat bong hits, too?
Here you go.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866.
Are you hearing that?
The Tom Leykis Show.
It's the Tom Leykis Show. 1-800-5800-TOM. It's Chad. Hello.
Hey, Tom.
How you doing, Chad?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Great.
First-time caller, long-time listener. I just had a quick question. I started talking to an ex-girlfriend of mine, and we recently had sex, and I haven't talked to her in a couple days, and now she's text messaging me and leaving me messages and saying, am I just a quick lay? Are you done having your fun with me? What's your deal? This and that. Where do I go from here?
The answer is yes.
Yes. Keep having my fun, or yes?
No. The answer to her text message is yes. She was a quick lay. It was nice going back to the past for a moment, but we're done now.
All right. That's all I needed to know. Can you blow me up, Tom?
Here you go. 1-800-5800-TOM. It's Eric on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
What's happening, Tom?
Not much.
Hey, I just want to let you know you're changing lives, man. I finally just decided to dump that bitch last week.
How'd that go?
Pretty damn good. Tell you the truth, that last guy named Eric, he was kind of going through the same thing I was, and he used to sack up and do the same.
Now, how did she react when you dumped her?
She acted surprised, but she had to know it was coming. I treated her like an for about a year. She stopped having sex with me, telling me she's tired all the time, wouldn't make me dinner, wouldn't make me lunch. I come home to a dirty house. I said, that's not how this is supposed to be. I come from Latin descent, Tom. That's not how the women are supposed to be. I hate American women now. I'll never do it again.
Yeah. Oh, see, you veered off the mainstream there.
Yes. I was a certified pussy.
Now you're going back to Latin women.
Yes.
Good for you.
No, I used to dabble back then and when I was younger, but somehow I got stuck in a relationship with some Midwesterner girl. Yeah. Different crudo.
No doubt about it.
Yeah.
Eric, thank you for that. I want to squeeze Nicole in here. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
How are you doing?
Great.
The girl that has the issue between the bad boy and the good boy, I think she needs to find the happy medium. She's bored. The bad boy gives her the excitement that she's looking for, and that's why she's so into him. She wants to like the nice guy because the nice guy treats her well, but he's not exciting. He's boring. He's too predictable. There's nothing exciting about him.
Well, if you remain unmarried, you can have bad boys the rest of your life.
I am married, but I'm married to a guy that knows how to play the happy medium. It's okay to have a fight once in a while. That's where makeup sex comes from.
Oh, boy.
It's the Tom Leykis Show.